Today, we introduce you to a local women's organization working to shape young girls into extraordinary young women, all through the Rites of Passage. More on that with this. The Aware Show starts right now.
This original WSRE presentation is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dee Dee Sharp, and welcome to this, the award-winning Aware Show. We're glad to have you right there with us. Their motto is, "It's not about me, it's about my sisters and the community." Today, we introduce you to members of the Progressive Black Women's Coalition and tell you about the work they're doing to ensure the rites of passage for young girls transforming into young women. Well, this award-winning program includes an 8-week workshop on everything from proper etiquette and self-esteem building to financial independence and voting empowerment. Well, coming up, we'll hear from a few of the young ladies who have already benefited from this program as they share their success stories with us here on The Aware Show. But first, we want to introduce you to a few of the women who are the wind beneath their wings. They're all members of the Progressive Black Women's Coalition, and they're sitting here on the set with me now. We want to introduce you to them. That includes Karyn McIntosh, president of the organization. We also are joined by Sadiqa Ali, the first vice president, Yolanda Petty, the second vice president and the youth director for the group. We also have Dr. Karyn Combs, Education Chair, and Dr. Tonie Anderson-Steele, Chapter Formation Chair as well. Thank you all for being here for the Aware Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You know, I just want to dive right in because there's so much information to share within the hour that we have with you, but I can't do it without just stopping to just say, I am so glad that there's an organization like this in the community. Where have y'all been? You've been hiding under a rock. We didn't know about you, and when we got wind of you, thanks to our good friend here, Dr. Combs, we were like, we've got to get these ladies on the show and talk about all of the great work that you're doing in the community, mentoring these young women in a very special way. We're going to share that right now with our viewers here on The Aware Show. We're going to start with you, Carol. You are a very modest woman. You are a great example for these young women because we know you're here on The Aware Show as that person. And you don't talk a lot about all the great work that you do in the community. And so you didn't say anything. You kept this a really great secret for 4 years. But we're glad to be bringing it here on The Aware Show now. Tell us about your organization.
Well, our organization is a group of like-minded individuals that represent high standards and ethics, that want to make a difference in uplifting and empowering women and young girls. We've been together for about four or 5 years now, and with that, our organization really seek women that want to make a difference in someone else's life, in a girl or a woman's life, and want to empower them. And not, like our motto says, it's not about us, it's about the community, it's about them. And that's the kind of woman we have in the Progressive Black Women. We care about the others. And so we've been doing a lot of things. We have a lot of programs that in the 4 years that we've been in existence, we've done a lot of varied programs, including, what was the first one we had? We had Janet Hubert here from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Y'all remember that one?
Right.
And that was our very first one we had. And from there we've been going on. We've done parent workshops, Common Core. Y'all remember the Common Core?
We can bring that up on the screen too and show our viewers. On our bulletin board here, we wanted to highlight some of the very programs that you're talking about that you all have done in the past. And so we can get that list as you're just sharing that with us. Go ahead, Carol.
And we are part of an organization in South Florida, which is called the Black Women's Roundtable, and they do a lot of seminars, mainly in Orlando, bringing about attention to women issues. And so in the earlier part of the year, in January, no, I'll say, January through May, we normally work with our young girls in our Rites of Passage program, which we'll talk about later. In November, we have another major program that we have worked with, which is called the Black Women's Round Table. And we've also done Black Girl Magic last 2 Novembers. And we are really proud about the Black Girl Magic because again, the word empowerment, we have to empowerment. And through them realizing that there's magic in being a Black girl and that self-esteem comes around, then we can help them, again, think of themselves as someone.
Mm-hmm. So how did the Progressive Black Women's Coalition come to be? How did you all come into existence?
The other ladies will
They're
be
so
talking.
quiet. I brought them in a minute.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny how things come your way because I retired that year. And I had told everyone, don't, and I'm sure all of us on ones that retire say, after I retire, I'm not doing anything. I was an educator. I don't want to deal with anything anymore. But once you really have that in your system and you really love children and what you were doing, then it's only natural that when someone comes to you and say, we're going to do something, that you say, okay. So it began with Georgia Blackman. We were going to be a part of another national organization. And she gathered 25 women. Some women all of us knew and some we didn't. Or some we were associated with but never actually worked together. And we decided that we wanted to become more of a local group because the national group kind of controls your movement or what you do. Being a local group, you can make the decision according to what the need is in your area. So we became a local group and we thought about a name, and what better name than Progressive?
Moving forward.
Right.
Yes.
Progressive Black
Gotcha.
Women. And so we came up with our name, and then we thought and we said, what about the motto? What are these women going to be about? And we thought about, it's not about me. And so we came up with that motto because we want everyone to drop their titles at the door at the meeting, and we talk and we find out what's best for the community and what's best for our young girls. And then after the meeting, you go and pick your title back up or whatever, and you go on.
Go on about your business.
But so it's a focus organization. We're about business. We're about making things happen. We're about not thinking about ourselves, not saying, for instance, we believe that if the president is not there or the vice president or whomever, that whatever program we do, whatever we do, everyone is a part of it. So everything continues because in this organization, everyone picks up. It's not like
it's not one person.
It's not one person.
Well, Sadiqa, let me get you involved here. We're just listing some of the things that you all have done. We're going to get to the Rites of Passage program because that's the big deal here on the WSRE Show that we want to highlight, and the young ladies who've come through it and what they're doing now. We'll hear from them in just a moment. But tell us a little bit more about some of the other programs that the coalition efforts in the community.
Well, we've done, as Carol mentioned, our first program, the roundtable that we did at Washington High School. It was our first big event. It was very successful. We were able to get representatives from health, from education. UWF came in and talked about scholarships, all of those kinds of things. So it was great for us because it was our first venture. And we saw how the community responded to it, which led us to say, these are the kinds of programs we need to continue with. So since then, we've had a voter registration drive where we actually, the supervisor of election, sent representatives, and we had some young people who became voters for the first time. They registered to vote at one of our activities. So we've done those kinds of things in the community. kind of quietly, but we've gotten the community
Very quietly, under the radar.
Don't forget about Get Out. It's Get Your House in Order. It's another political event we had down on the villas in regards to individuals making sure that everyone in the house has the credentials to vote, and so they came down and we gave them. We actually had a copy of an old like.
Oh, the voter register, the questionnaire that many years ago people would have to answer these questions in order to vote, just to give the idea of how we've progressed and why voting is so important at this point in time.
Okay. Any other programs? Because we're getting ready to zoom in and focus on the big deal in just a moment. Anybody want to say anything about the rest of what you all do? Because here we go. This right here is the bomb. The Rites of Passage program. And you're the youth coordinator for this, Ms. Petty, so I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about this. And any of you can feel free to jump in, but please do.
Well, the Rites of Passage program is a program that's designed to work with young ladies from 12 to 16 that's making that transition into womanhood. The program is an 8-week program. We spend 3 hours every Saturday during that 8 weeks, and they go through different workshops to prepare them. Things from starting off, just what is your vision? Having them start with the vision board. We typically start each session where it's just an empowerment session. You know, they start with the mirror. They take a look at that mirror and they'll do affirmations, all of those things for them to just build up, their just self-esteem and confidence. And then for those that have gone through the Rites of Passage, we do have the ability to come back and be ambassadors, work with them. So what you're looking at as you look at the sessions throughout our first sessions, we do things like charting your destiny, the vision board. Also, as we go to the second session, collect conflict resolution bullying. That's a big thing in our era, and deal with a lot with self-esteem and unfortunately see suicide and things behind that. Session 3, strengthening bonds through connective unity. Also, we go on to do things like building everyday leaders. As we go through health and wellness, we focus on things of that for the mind, body, and soul, as well as financial independence. Proper etiquette. So we'll have a tea party for them where they can come through, we teach them proper etiquette, and then they get to have the opportunity to practice that. And then in the last thing we do, we talk about and find out things that they may be interested in as far as careers. And so we reach out into our community and bring forth people that actually work in those areas to be able to share, you know, how did I get there? What do I do? And have a career fair for them. And then, of course, to the culmination of it all is to celebrate their success, is that we have a banquet, a coming out kind of celebration for them. And the really nice thing, as for myself, this is my first year with the organization, but I've been through, seeing the last 2 prior to this year. And so this year, what was really nice is that the girls actually more or less managed the program, from being the mistress of ceremony to speaking, and just kind of showing those leadership skills.
So they put it together, kind
Yes.
of. Okay, very
And
nice.
entertainment as well.
Yeah.
So we had the singing, the entertainment, the MC, and
So y'all just sit back there and let them have the show.
and also
We told you what to do. Talk to do it.
they presented, they did their artwork, you know, and so they had to display the work on the table, and so they got to people got a chance to see exactly what they can do and their talents as far as that. I do want to say, and I know Sadiqa has some to say, but I do want to say, a Rites of Passage program is a way of us saying to our girls, since we see you, we support you, and we acknowledge you. And we want them to determine their own self-worth. And so that's very, very crucial. We have to let them know as an organization, and not only us, but I'm hoping to go into the community, that we see them, we understand them, that we have empathy for what they're going through, and they need to know that someone does, and especially in this time that we're in.
So, Deacon, then we need to move to this side of the room.
One of the things I wanted to mention was in relationship to our sessions. Our 8-week sessions are very intense. They are continuous. The girls have to have the commitment to come every Saturday morning, and that's a big commitment for young ladies to come every Saturday morning. Also, our program is not just a motivational. We bring in professional people to be our facilitators. We've had, individuals like Dr. Donna Curry talking about the community. We've had Dr. Kia Wiggins to come in and talk about mental health. One of the girls' favorite sessions is the finance session. And Angelique Morris comes in and brings all of her equipment, and she teaches things. You'd be surprised how young ladies, they don't even know about credit yet, credit cards, writing checks, all of that. We had one young lady asked one time, you have to put in money to have a credit card, but that only goes
there are credit cards.
Yeah.
It's all secure credit cards.
But I'm saying that our sessions are not just built on motivational speakers.
Gotcha.
We bring in professional
really
people.
putting some stuff in them.
Right.
And I'm loving even the etiquette component, because so often you don't get a chance to go through anything like that. So you go out to a really nice tablecloth type dinner and you don't know which fork to use or how to go about putting things together. So this is important. Dr. Combs, you are so involved in the community. I mean, your name pops up all over the place. We're glad to have you on the Aware Show. Tell us about the educational component for the young girls. Why is a program like this so necessary?
Well, I think what we've heard so far, it really is evolving a young lady. Where she begins and then where she ends is amazing to see. It's like a flower blossoming. And I think as the education chair, I'm similar to Carol, an educator. And the session really that I want to talk about is the one on conflict and bullying. So as a former school principal, I had to deal with a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
And those sessions that we have with the girls, we're all a part of it because we begin with asking questions. They do a little assessment, self-assessment, to see how many of you have been bullied. And it's amazing that the majority of the girls raise their hand or say on that assessment sheet that they've experienced that.
Okay.
But I think the important thing is that a lot of us have experienced that in our lives. And I think that's what makes it even more valuable for the young ladies. In the session I did this year, it really got to a place where even some of my progressive Black women sisters felt it. And there was emotions, but the young ladies who are part of the program, really, when Carol talked about empathy, they could understand that we have gone through some of these same experiences in school where we've been bullied or
I know I have. I was that one that was talked about, and they always said I wanted to be a white girl. I don't know what that meant, but I do. You know what I mean? I do know what it means, but I didn't then, and it was very hurtful. And I guess now looking back, it's like, well, I guess I get paid to be.
But we give them,
not a white person, but being able to use decent English and was able to go on to be an accomplished award-winning journalist as a result of that. So you do have to rise above it, and it does take a village, and it does take programs like what you all are doing. The first thing I said when I heard about it was like, where were y'all when I was in school? I needed y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
all of us
Absolutely.
did.
And I think they don't see us, even their parents, as someone that's been bullied, or because when you look at your parents, you don't see that. And when you look at when they first came to Rites of Passage, they probably didn't see women that they thought was going through the same thing that they've been going through. They just saw professional women. But when we hit on these topics, like Karyn said, when we talk about this, we gain something too. And it impacts our lives as well, because we feel it just as hard as they do with some of the facilities we have and some of the things that the young ladies say. And I think it's beneficial that they know that other people are going through what they're going through.
And I think it's just beautiful that you all are able to mentor them, but with that empathy that you're talking about, Dr. Combs. Dr. Tonie, I want to say Anderson-Steele, all that other stuff in there too, but anyway, you know, because when you earn all that, you know. But tell us a little bit about your involvement in what you do and some of the highlights of the program that you really enjoy.
Well, I'm just going to talk about us overall. Okay?
Absolutely.
And so the one thing that we did mention tonight, and I guess we could go on and on with this, but I know we're on a time schedule. But the ladies, they also provide transportation for some of the young girls.
Nice.
We feed them every Saturday when they're in their sessions. And the wonderful thing I think that makes them feel really, really good is that we have a professional photographer to take pictures of them. And they get pearl necklaces and the matching earrings, and they're able to wear those and dress in an appropriate way, the way they have been taught through the Rites of Passage. And with that, they see themselves as a new person.
Beautiful.
Because when they started, they might have not been so glamorous because just me, you know,
they
who
may
cares
not have
about
liked,
me?
and they may not have liked what they saw because they didn't have their
But you
identity.
should
They didn't have a
see
thing.
the pictures
Right.
that the photographer takes and how the smiles are big and large
Yes.
and bright and just wonderful. And so you see the transformation within the week's time from beginning to end. And that's what's really so wonderful. The women, though, they go above the call of duty in taking care of these young ladies. And not only do we sometimes mentor to each other, but we got the girls, and then sometimes we have to mentor to the parents. So, it's okay. Yeah, it is okay.
It's okay.
It is quite all right.
Takes a
But I
village.
just want to add that, you know, tonight to let you know just how extensive this is. And if I may continue and be done in a few minutes, is we're currently in our open enrollment for new members. And so we will be looking for new members through August 31st. And we would like for any woman that have listened to the show, if you're not a woman and you're listening, but you know a woman who would like to be a part of the Black Women's Coalition, the Progressive Black Women's Coalition, we'd like to hear from them. So I have to look right here in my notes, so I don't want to make sure that I give the wrong...
We have a bulletin board where we're
with
going
the
to give,
addresses on? Okay,
yes,
great.
that's going to have all that information
Great.
on. But I'm
Glad.
glad you mentioned it.
Okay. Thank you.
Dee Dee, I
Dr.
wanted to add too that the beauty of the program is that the girls who participate, we've had the parents of that child, the mother. We have in particular one of our young ladies who's an ambassador. Her mom is now part of our program. So it's evolving even with members, 3 generations we have now. So I've told Carol, my vision is that this is going to grow to 15,000 with many chapters.
That's beautiful.
But I want to share with you the saddest thing that I experienced, one of the saddest things, was we had a session, I don't know if y'all remember, it was about, I think it was last year's session. And we asked, the facilitator asked the young ladies, you know, because suicide is on the rise with young girls. And the facilitator asked the young ladies how many had ever thought about suicide, thought about it. And we were sitting around and all of the girls raised their hands. I mean, that was so hurting to me.
Wow.
And then she asked the second question, how many of you have attempted or wanted to? And then you still had majority of the girls raise their hands. What's wrong? Something's wrong with that picture.
Any of you want to comment about that? Dr. Steele or Dr. Combs? Either one of y'all.
Well, I think part of it, I'm going to reference the bullying, that what we did in that session was to give them tools to what to do, because I think part of the tie-in there, and I can identify with both components that Carol said. Think about it and try it. Now, it may have been that I took toothpaste and mixed it with soap and all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying, it's because of the things that were happening in my teen years. And so we give them tools and tell them it is okay to tell someone, and you should, and you can tell the individual too to stop. So we give them tools or techniques that they can utilize, and that's important.
And what I love, and I'm just going to stop you because I don't want this to not get said, Dr. Combs. I'm so glad you did not succeed because look at you now, and look at all that you are contributing now. And I think in and of itself, that is a wonderful example. You are a wonderful example of why you don't need to be thinking about that because you go on to do great things, and you have. And so I just want to put that in there. We've got to move along here quickly. We've noticed that you ladies have some little flowers on your lapels. Tell us about that.
Well, you go. This is royalty. These are colors. And so if you see, it's violet or purple, and then this is more like a lavender in the green. But these are our colors. So we try to wear this at all of our main events that we have. But really to say that we are royalty. Yes. That we are important. And to give them that, the ladies, the little young girls, the identity that you are of royalty. Yes, I see that. So you've got an 8-week program, and each week has a particular session that the young women go through. Yes. And at the end of the 8 weeks, you all do a big banquet where you have a coming out where they actually go through the rites of passage because they've come through your program. At that point, they're called the Diamonds. Yes. And then they have an opportunity to go on to become ambassadors. Yes. Now tell us about who the ambassadors are at that point once they've completed your program. And we only have just a few minutes left. Sadiqa and or Miss Patty, you want to go? Whichever
well,
one.
The ambassadors, when they come back and after they've gone through the program, so when we come back around to the rites of passage, again, they have the ability, if they've gone through, to come back and assist. And then to continue on as the other young ladies, the Diamonds, are going through the rites of passage, to kind of go back through and get more detailed or more intensified or focus on things that are important to them. To focus on things that are important to them as they, go through. And those become the ambassadors. And once you become a Diamond, you, of course, can always be the ambassador once you've completed.
Yeah, and we've had many of our young ladies come back. Not all of them come back, but we have had quite a number of young ladies come back to be ambassadors and help us out.
Yes. And if they cannot become ambassador 1 year, once you're Diamond, you can always come back as an ambassador.
Because you're still shining.
Still blinging. You can always come back. So it's not like that they out 1 year and they can't come back again. We're always going to put our arms around them and keep them under the fold.
Well, we're out of time. I wanted to give each of you an opportunity to just tell us why you personally were involved with it, with this program, and why you love it so much. But we're out of time. Would one of you like to just do me the one honor of telling me why you got involved and why you wanted to make a difference? Is this a personal thing? Is there a personal reason for anybody here? Yeah, you kind of alluded to it, Karyn.
And also, this is a program that I would have loved to be a part of, but I work with a mentee in this program. She was a Diamond who did not say anything, would not speak. We had even Wendy Robinson of the TV show, and Wendy told her, come on, lift your head up. But this young lady has evolved. Both she and I go out and shop and have dinner, and we talk about, I encourage her to do well in school. So she started from not saying anything to evolving and asking some outstanding questions at the workshop sessions. So and had a challenging, life that she was part of.
Well, I know that your first few groups of these young women have yet to come through the pipeline of getting a college education or being out in the workforce, but we can rest assured that they'll be productive because of all the wonderful work that each and every last one of you, and I know this isn't the entire coalition, but you're representing the women. So congratulations to them and congratulations to you. Thank you for being here on the Aware Show. We want to also recognize that you all are award winners yourself. The Aware Show won an award recently. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But you all, it's all about you, and you also are award recipients. You have been recognized by the Gulf Coast African American Chamber of Commerce as the recipient of the 2018 Nonprofit of the Year Award. Yes. Congratulations to you. And for us, for all of us here at the Aware Show, you're already winners. You were winners way before you got that award. But at any rate, we hope you'll continue to keep up all the wonderful work. In the meantime, all the mentoring and all your contributions and all the love that you're giving to these young girls is really shaping their lives, and we appreciate you for what you're doing to help to transform them into young women. All right. And if you would like more information about the Progressive Black Women's membership, you can get the information right there off your screen. And we will also give you some information now on the Rites of Passage program. We're going to give you a few more details about that if you're interested. And we're going to talk to some of the young women, and you'll get an opportunity to hear some of their success stories as well. So jot this information down, get involved. You're watching the award-winning Aware Show. I'm Dee Dee Sharp, and we're back here in the studio with the second half of our program. We're joined once again by McIntosh, president of the Progressive Black Women's Coalition, and a few of the young ladies participating in the Rites of Passage program, Ambassadors Tamara Evans, Rebecca Galloway, Nevaeh Anderson-Polk, and Tameka Allen, who is the mother of one of our ambassadors, Tamara Evans. Thank you all for being here for the Aware Show, young ladies. We're going to just dive right in. We've had on the second part of our program an opportunity to meet some of the members of the Progressive Black Women's Coalition, and that included having you in that panel. And on this part of it, we want to talk to the young ladies who are actually going through the Rites of Passage program. And we'll start with you, and you can just go ahead and tell us how has this been, and what was it like when you first came through the program?
When I first came through the program, I honestly thought I was going to stay to myself and I wasn't going to like any of the girls, because that's how it normally is when I join a new organization that my grandmother puts me up to. But when the first time I joined, I was like, okay, they seem okay. I mean, you know, they always seem okay, but they seem okay. And then once I really got to know the girls and the women and stuff, it became a good experience for me.
Can I interject that the Rites of Passage program is 8 weeks of a continuous build-up of self-esteem and empowerment. So each session builds upon the next. That's why it's important for them to attend each session. We start off with the vision board part and who am I? Because when they first come to the program, the very first session, a lot of the girls don't know who they are, where they're going. They have low self-esteem. They think that everybody's against them. They've been bullied. And so they have a lot of issues. And so we have to start off the program with the vision boards by saying, where are you going? Where do you plan to be?
Gotcha.
You know, and get them to start thinking. And some of them do not have an idea of what they want to be, and that's okay.
Yeah,
and that's okay. But think if you want to be, what is something that you think that you would want to go or want to be? Use that as your vision.
And we'll talk about those vision boards. And we're going to talk about that and zoom that in, but I wanted to give each of them a chance to tell a little bit about who they were when they were coming into this program. And then we can talk a little bit about what the program has been to each of them. So Rebecca, tell us, what was this like when you first came into this program? Who was Rebecca Galloway? How did you see yourself?
I was rude. I did not pay attention in school. I was struggling with my grades. I had trouble talking back to my granddad, and I'm still working on that. But when I came to the program, I was like, I don't like these people. I didn't want to do this. So I had to tell a little white lie to my mentor because I felt bad. So probably on the end of the first session, I was like, you know what, I'm finna come back. I think I need to work on everything that I am. So we made this vision board. I really didn't know what to make, but whenever I found out, like when I got done, I was like, this is me. I want to be this, the next Beyonce. And I just wanted to learn more about myself, be more proper, learn the proper English, stop being so rude.
But you had to have a benchmark, and it started with your vision boards. We're getting there. And one more time, we want to give you an opportunity to tell us, Tamara, what was it like when you first came to the program?
Well, when I went, I was so shy. Like, I'm usually a shy person. Well, when I first meet someone. And I usually, by like an hour or two, I get used to it, and I want to start talking more. But when I went, I was like, I don't want to do this because my mom had made me. She was like, you're going to go. And I was like, I don't want to. But then I started seeing that there were people that actually cared about me. And so I went from a girl who was trying to build her way up in this world to now someone who sees her future.
Wow. I love that. That is really good. Mom, you know, you all were in a transition, I understand, from North Carolina, my hometown. And so you had some concerns, and there was a reason why you wanted her to come through this program. Tell us about that.
We moved here 3 years ago. My husband's active duty Navy, and so we moved here, stationed in Pensacola. And when we started checking into schools, we were attracted to the Santa Rosa County schools. We live in Gulf Breeze. Great school system, but it lacked diversity. And for me, growing up Northwest Indiana near Chicago, that was important. There were things that I experienced that I want my daughter to hold true to as well. And so I went to a networking group in Pensacola, and there I found out about the Rites of Passage program through Robin Richard. And she held that networking group that night. And when I found out about it and I looked into it, I said, this is perfect. And so when I told Tamara about it, she wasn't crazy about it, but I just asked her to give it a chance, and here we are.
That's really great. Robin Richard and I are sisters. It's all good. And I'm glad that you all have this program. We want to get now to these vision boards because, as you mentioned, Carol, this is one of the first steps. They're going to come into the Rites of Passage program. They're going to be looking at mirrors and seeing the young girl in the mirror. And oftentimes they don't like who they see.
And they have an affirmation that they repeat every Saturday. Do you know that affirmation?
Yes. It's nobody can teach me who I am. You can describe parts of me, but who I am and what I need is something I have to find for myself.
So they say that every Saturday by looking at themselves in the mirror. And
so all of you all know that?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it in harmony. Go ahead on, ladies.
Nobody can teach me who I am. You can describe parts of me, but who I am and what I need is something I have to find out myself.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Believe it. Let's talk about these vision boards you have here on the set. So I don't want to run out of time without giving you a chance to tell us a little bit about what your visions were when you stepped into the program. Day one, first session, here you were with your vision boards.
Well,
Tamara?
My vision board, I have a lot of people that inspire me. I'm a music fan. So one of the people that really inspired me is Nina Simone. Her music is just incredible to listen to. And then also, I want to get good grades in school. I want to make my mama proud and go to Juilliard or Harvard, or just a high top school.
So you sing?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
sing.
we'll get to that in a minute too. No, just kidding.
And of course, I want to live a nice lifestyle where I can take care of my parents as they get older and take care of my family. And then I want to make a lot of money.
I heard that.
Who doesn't?
Do you need a guide, Mama? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tamara.
And then I want to stay healthy because my mom's always on me. She's like, well, let's eat something healthy. So I'm like, why not? Give it a try.
Good deal. I love your vision board. I see Michelle Obama.
Yeah, she is awesome.
And I love who you believe is beautiful. Tell us who you believe is beautiful and why.
Well, Angela, she's really, like, when I see her in movies, she's that mom figure that just puts it down and tells it how it is. Like, she's like, I'm your mother, and you're going to listen. And, like, she's like every mother, every black mother
I've had a chance to meet her, Angela Bassett. She has some guns too.
Yes, she does.
Very beautiful in person too. Good person to choose for beauty, Tamara. We want to move over here now and give you a chance to tell us a little bit about your board.
So basically, when I made my vision board, I was younger in age and I was mainly about fashion back then. So I still want to travel to the United Kingdom and Cuba to do lots of tourist things and travel and see lots of fashion. And I also, during that time, I came from middle school where I was bullied all 3 years of middle school. So I hated my natural hair. And so I put it on the bottom to embrace my natural hair and everything.
Organic beauty?
Yes, to embrace my natural hair so I could come out of that. And then also, I just wanted to embrace that I was a queen and that I'm beautiful and everything.
And I love your little crown with your hair. Thank you so much, Nevaeh. Tell us, you didn't know to bring yours, so that's okay. You didn't miss a homework assignment here for the Aware Show. But Rebecca, tell us a little bit about what your vision encompassed.
My vision board was to imagine the sky's the limit. It was about Beyonce, of like how confident she is about her body, her skin color, her hair. The way she sings, when she get up on stage, she just has that confidence that says, honey, like, you know, and she really inspires me. Like, I really look up to her. She has 3 kids, she take care of them. She goes around hospitals, pay for bills for kids that has cancer and has to have surgeries and stuff. It just makes me a better person knowing that she is my idol.
I gotcha. So that's kind of who you were when you got going and you came to the program. How would you define yourselves now? Nevaeh? Because the thing about that makes you different, Nevaeh, is you've been out of the program a minute, but you keep coming back.
Of course.
Tell us about it.
From being in the program, afterwards, I'm more open box to new people, because normally if I don't know you, it's a hi and then it's a quick goodbye. I don't necessarily like to meet new people. But since being in the program, I am now a AKA Charmette, and I'm also the second VP of the Booker T. Washington DECA chapter. And so it's been a really good experience for me to have coming out of middle school and transitioning in the middle of my high school.
That is really good, and you're a senior coming up.
2020.
You go, girl. Rebecca, what's it like now for you? You kind of told us a little bit about you getting better. You're getting better. It's getting there. Tell us.
I know that I am me. I'm confident. I'm still working on self-confidence. I know that I am Rebecca Galloway. I'm friendly. Sometimes I just don't like meeting new people. But the thing is, I have worked on my attitude. It has gotten 10 times better.
And I know a lot of that has to do with identity. When you know who you are, it makes a difference. Then you can work on where you're going. So I love the fact that you said, I'm Rebecca Galloway, and there's only one of you. That makes you very unique and very special. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Tamara?
Well, I've been a lot more trusting towards other people because I've been hurt by a lot of people. So the fact that now I can just open up to anybody, well, be careful, but anybody is a really good sign.
Because you know how to guard and protect yourself in a way that's healthy for you.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
That's where that self-esteem thing comes in. Carol or Mom, either one of you.
Loving yourselves and understanding your self-worth. Don't let anyone tell you that you are nothing or talk down to you. If you know your self-worth and your value, then you don't worry about that. I think so many young girls worry about, and that's that adolescence to womanhood, worry about what people say about them, what they think about them. They feel like they don't fit in. They feel like they don't like certain parts of their bodies. and they have no one to express that to. And so there has to be a program or something out there for them to feel comfortable enough to say, I don't like my nose, and it's okay. But then in the program, we're gonna change that paradigm to make them say that nose is unique to you. Yes. No one else has that nose but you, and it's a beautiful nose. So we make them kind of think a different way to look at themselves as beautiful queens and as someone that has worth and value. And if they have worth and value, therefore they won't, hopefully, and know that their body, we also teach them about the health. So they have to know that their body is something special. And they have to watch what they eat, what they put in their body. They have to watch what they do with their body. So all of that matters to these young ladies. And once they get that in their minds, then they're more apt to go toward that road of success, even though the program teaches them that there's trials and tribulations. You know, there's ups and downs. There are going to be barriers that will stop them or deter them,
distract them,
and they have to be ready for those barriers and not just give up when they hit a barrier.
Right. What difference have you seen? You were getting ready to make a comment. Okay, go ahead. I didn't want to take your thought.
In Tamara, I've just seen a lot more confidence in the leadership abilities. I knew that was something in her early on, and this has kind of helped her step into that, especially at the banquet. Like I said, we saw from the first year she was there to now this past year, a lot of the girls stepped up, in, especially those ambassadors, in those leadership roles during the banquet. They pretty much kind of ran the banquet themselves, from emceeing to singing to speaking, and it was just very empowering to watch. And you know, as a parent, sometimes you can tell your kids things and they're thinking, oh, you're supposed to tell me that, you're my mom. But to hear from someone else has another set of eyes, really reaffirms and validates her to where she's starting to, she believes it now. She's saying, oh, well, you're not just saying that because you're my mom, because Miss Carol says that about me too. So that's the thing I really enjoyed about this program.
I do too, and of course we were showing some pictures of the banquet, and you got a chance to take a look at those and see how the girls were having a lot of fun and what they were up to. And I love the fact that the adults gave them a chance to put the program on themselves. It was almost like now you do the program, put your personalities into it, and be confident in what you do, from the emceeing of it to offering the entertainment of it to everything, serving everything that's important to life, and then expressing some of those things that you all taught them about the etiquette and that sort of thing. And I understand that it also helps y'all, the progressive Black women and the parents, in that y'all get to not be little girls again, but when you're having a tea party or you're identifying with them, it can help you too. It's kind of like therapy for you. You're giving back, but you're also experiencing some things as well.
It is. Some of the things, one thing I want to talk about is that when we're talking about the tea party, that's very important, because at our tea party, we actually, Cheryl Williams, who's the facilitator for that, she's a PBWC member, but she actually, they have the place settings, and the reason why it's important is because some of these young ladies might not have the opportunity. They might get a good job or something like that, and the boss asks them to go out to lunch or to dinner. Well, if they're insecure about being in an environment, if they're insecure and say, I don't know what to pick up, or they're not going to go. And they might lose an opportunity just because they're not confident in certain things. We set them at a table. It's like a table where they should be comfortable walking in an interview session. I don't care if there's 10 or 15 people around them sitting at that interview table, but they should be confident enough to walk in, because they've sat there, they've felt that, they've seen that, they've been a part of that. We want them to be comfortable and assured that whatever they do, that they've experienced before. So I remember this, or can have resources to go to and say, well, this is happening to me. Call one of PPWC members and say, what should I do? And those are things why they'll never leave us and we'll always be there for them. And I want to say to them at the banquet, since we're talking about it, if you see this beautiful necklace that I have on, they are very crafty too. We have one member, I'm glad I have a chance to say Nevaeh, who has her own jewelry company. She designs her own jewelry.
You go, girl.
And so I'm very proud. But the ambassadors got together, and you see how creative
and
they are.
And they made your jewelry that you're wearing.
Jewelry that I'm wearing tonight.
Wow.
And we're going to extend the program because they've asked us to go beyond the Rites of Passage program.
Go ahead and show your necklace off for the camera with the close-up.
You'll see here I go
the jewelry they made for her.
So
that
it's
is
such
beautiful.
a beautiful necklace that they made for me.
So you're going to extend the program.
We're going to extend the program, and the ambassadors asked us, they said they want to know more about, they want us to help them with interviewing skills. They want us to help them with more crafts and entrepreneurship kind of things like that. Good. So that while they're on their path, on their career path, they can do something on the side. We're trying to teach them that. So we're going to do crafts. We're going to do interview sessions. We're going to do public speaking. There's quite a few things we're going to do with the ambassadors. So it'll be this summer, and we're going to extend it beyond.
How do y'all come about figuring out who the young women are going to be through your program? How do you all, what's the criteria?
Well, we send out, we go on social media, and we announce it through social media. We go to events, and what we do is put the flyers in different event areas, like we did with the First Friday. We also, the members also try to find young ladies. We originally want young ladies that have problems with self-esteem, have problems with grades in school, have problems with attitudes, have low self-esteem, because those are the girls that we want to see change. Those are the girls that we need to work with.
Those are the ones you want to make sure they don't fall in the gaps.
Right, absolutely. And so that's what we look for. But by no means are we disallowing the other girls, because I don't care how much money you have, how much influence you have, your family have. There's self-esteem problems, there's bullying, there's all kind of other external factors that come into play.
And not only do you need to know about how to deal with being bullied, but you need to make sure you're not a bully.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
That's very important too.
Yes.
Mom, tell us, for Tamara, she's now an ambassador, so you want her to continue through this program.
I do.
Why? Tell us about that.
I think having sort of your tribe is important, and knowing that Tamara has found her tribe. It takes a village. You know, like I said, my husband's active duty, so we don't live near family. So it's even more important for her to have a support system. And so having found this now, that's something that we want to continue to have for her, so that she can have that extended support beyond me and my husband.
I want to know what was y'all's favorite session, because as we put up on the screen in the first half of the show, there were 8 different sessions. And I mean, there are at least 4 of them I would have loved when I was your age. So was there a particular session that you really, really liked the most, Tamara?
I think it's the one financial.
The financial? They said y'all like the financial one.
Yeah, I like the financial
Nevaeh, what you like
I
that
like
one?
the financial one. I also like the session on public speaking with Miss Richard.
What about you, Rebecca? There are the sessions we're showing on the screen there. You see, I think I would have really enjoyed the vision boards, the conflict resolution and bullying, the proper etiquette, the financial. Look, I would love all of them. Name off all of them here.
Health and wellness was a good one as well.
Which one?
Health and wellness.
The health and
That was
wellness.
always good.
Yes. Any other
Cheryl
one?
does a good one.
Rebecca, you still haven't answered. You just loved all of them too, didn't you?
Yeah, my favorite one was health and wellness because we got free food.
Oh yeah, she said first come, first serve.
I had got my favorite cereal. It was good.
That can't be the only reason why.
I killed that box.
You killed it. Well, that's good. Well, hopefully there is a difference that you're making in your attitude and that you're being respectful and mindful of your grandfather.
I'm working very hard.
Well, we're going to keep helping you through the Progressive Women's Coalition.
Yes.
So going forward now, I know that you are getting ready to go into your senior year, Nevaeh, and with that in mind, you're going to be doing something with the AKAs?
Yes, ma'am. So right now I'm going through phase 1 of the AKA Charmette program. Phase 2, of course, I'll be an AKA debutante at the ball in December. And I'm also involved in the Marketing and Entrepreneurship Academy at Booker T. Washington, and I'm the second VP. So, and I'm also a phenomenal woman debutante, but the cotillion for that will be this Friday. So I'm very involved in the community.
I can't believe you had an issue with your hair. As beautiful as you are.
I did,
wow,
because
that's amazing.
Everybody in middle school back in those years, it was like you need to have straight hair and stuff. And so when I wore my natural hair, it was, ooh, you look a hot mess. So I hated my hair. And so I didn't get my hair done like this for like a couple of years until I was like, okay, I can wear my hair, this hair, but I love my natural hair. And now I don't like putting my hair up. I like to let my natural coils fly free.
I'm natural too when I'm not, you know what I mean? You know. And I love being able to do either way, however I like to do it. And there's just freedom in that. Yeah, for sure. Rebecca? Where are we seeing you? You're a sophomore. So where will we see you and with going through this program? Where in your vision coming up in the future?
I'm going to be in the military.
You're going to the military, okay.
Yes.
Which branch?
Army.
We're being nosy. Army, okay. All good. Did you have something you wanted to say, Carol?
No, are you finished? Because you have a lot more to say now.
We have less than 1 minute anyway.
Less 1 minute. Well, Tamara.
You'll see a lot more of me on TV.
On TV, my girl. It's all good. Closing comments, Carol, with the Progressive. First of all, Mom, before you go, congratulations. Job well done. Thank you for participating in this program with these young ladies. And Carol, 15 seconds.
15 seconds. I just want to say, while I have a chance on air to say kudos to the ambassadors from the Rites of Passage program. They are making me proud. They're making themselves proud, and continue on your journey toward womanhood because you'll get there.
Okay. There you go. All right, congratulations to each and every last one of you. And as they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And in this case, that village is the Progressive Black women and their great accomplishments through the Rites of Passage program. They're helping to create the future leaders of our nation. And if you'd like more information about the Rites of Passage program, you can certainly get it here on The Aware Show. And we're going to put that up for you just a second. That's all the time we have for now. We want to thank you for joining us. Be sure to catch us on this and other shows on YouTube, Facebook, and at WSRE.org. I'm Dee Dee Sharp. Until next time, stay informed and stay aware.